Hello, everyone. It's two for the price of one today. I'm back. Welcome to the Women Are Worthy show on the Women Are Worthy network on YouTube. Again, if you want to join our tribe, you must subscribe. So we want to, I read a story about a lady by the name of Sakinata Kone. So let me give you the backstory. This woman, signed up with Habitat for Humanity to build her a home. She had to volunteer some hours, and they had an agreement that they would help build her home. Because you guys know Habitat for Humanity, that's what they do. So what happened was she received something that the agreement was canceled. And now here's the backstory. She has two children, two boys. One of her son is, he has cerebral palsy. He's wheelchair bound, and he has to go in and out of the hospital. Mind you, or he has health challenges, so to speak. Mind you, we're in COVID right now, so it would not be in her best interest or her son's interest to be out there with people where she can bring something back into her son. So I want to have this conversation because now her house is not being built. So she's still where she's at in her apartment with her children. So again, the Women Are Worthy Network, we want to welcome Sakina to the Women Are Worthy Network. Hello.
Hi.
How
Hello.
are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. You're a strong woman.
I'm
After
trying.
hearing your story, the little things that I complain about just within myself, I can't complain because we have women such as you that keeps going, keep moving, or no matter what life throws at you, you still have your responsibilities, which is to your children, right? So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about the story if you can. How did this come about?
Well, I hear about the program, which is Habitat of Humanity, and then I went for the meeting, and then I applied, and then I got selected, and I gave them all the paperwork. Everything was fine. Everything was fine. I was working, and you have to do like 50 hours, and that, like, they call that sweat equity hours. I had to do that myself, 50 hours. It was not easy. So I did like 48 of it, and then the COVID hit. When that happened, um, I couldn't walk anymore because my son is so high risk. So I had to stop walking. And then um, after a while, Habitat, the director of Habitat of Humanity, she contacted me and see how I was doing and then if I was walking and all that. And I told her my situation. I told her that I was on leave, not like I quit or anything or fired. I was on leave. So I could go back when everything get better. And well, she told me that I'm gonna have to be back for me to be, for me to still be in the program. So I told her it was not possible right now because of my son. So anyway, she gave me 1 month extra. That was in January. So I had that 1 month. I still couldn't go back to work. So, and then one day they called me and told me that she asked me if I was back to work. I said, no, it's the same situation. COVID is now better. I still can't go. So my son it's not, I can't go back yet. So she said, okay, um, then they're going to cancel my bill. So they're going to have to cancel because they need me to be back to work. So in order for them to start building my house.
So
So
how does so basically Habitat for Humanity, when they selected you, you then had to do the sweat equity hours, and you still have to work it wherever you're working, right?
yes,
And
yes,
then that's how they build you. Then you also gave them a deposit, a down payment, so to speak, right?
I did twelve
So,
hundred dollars.
so did they know that your son had, and I'm just asking because I need to know, did they know that your son had health challenges before they started everything?
They know everything. They came to my house. They sent some people to your house and they write your whole story, the family story. So they know everything. They know everything. Yes, because before they start in the process, they send some people to your house to see, to verify everything, to see your children and where you live and all that. So then they do know. Yes.
Were you going to still be living in, where were you going to be living in? Kennesaw, Powder Springs? Where were they going to have you live? Where were you?
I didn't know exactly where, but they told me it was gonna be in Cherokee County.
In Cherokee County. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so how are you making out right now? Because after that has happened, are they not looking to, so they canceled the agreement. How are you feeling? How are you, first of all, how are you even waking up and even going to work? If how are you coping?
I mean, it was frustrating. I felt like it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair for them to do that. I mean, COVID is the whole world that got affected. It's not my fault. I felt like they didn't really care. It wasn't fair of them. There could have been more understanding, like give me more time, verify if I'm still at work. I mean, there could have been more understanding. Yeah.
So right now, are you working now, or no? You're still not
Not
working.
yet, not yet, not yet. My son just started school, so yeah, I'm not working yet.
So and if once he starts school, so that means any little thing can happen. Before he wasn't, but he started school, so you want to make sure that he's fine while he's in school. Because if
Right,
you start working and they
right,
call you from work, they can either fire you because you're missing too many days
right,
or whatever. Correct? Am I okay with that?
right. I want to make sure that he's okay. Like the first weeks, at least he's doing good before I can make any decision of going back to work. Because with the COVID numbers raising, so I don't know. He's such a high risk, and he can't get a vaccine or anything. So I'm just waiting to see.
Wow. And that's the thing, because he's at high risk. You're here being a mom. What do you want people to know? Like, how can people help you, reach out to you? Like, what should they do? Because, it would be wonderful if Lowe's or, those places, Lowe's, Home Depot, would reach out with their contractors to say, okay, we heard your story on, the Women Are Worthy Network, the Women Are Worthy show. What do we need to do? And people donate their time. They donate the supplies, and people donate their time to help build a house.
Yeah, I just wanna point this. I wanna let people know about this. I want them to make it right, because this was not right. This was not fair. So yeah, I just wanna point it to everybody, and hoping that um they can help me make this right.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, for those of you tuning in, we have Sakina on the show. We're talking about, she signed an agreement she was selected. She applied for Habitat for Humanity. She completed the application. They come out, see what's going on in her home life right now, interview her, take a look at the kids, and then they continue. So they said, you know what? We're going to select you because your story sounds good. It makes sense. Your children, everything. We want to move you here. We're going to put you in a house. So she completed the application, as I said before, the story, everything. She did everything. Her son has cerebral palsy. He has other health challenges.
Yes.
So what happens with Habitat for Humanity? You have to complete your hours. She completed 48 out
Which
of
was a
50.
struggle. It was a struggle. Sometime I'll be driving to Gainesville. I live in Kennesaw to do my hours, because wherever they're building a house, you have to find that place and go do your hours. So sometime I'll be like almost there, Gainesville. School will call me. Your son is having seizure. Then I drive back. So those hours, it was not easy for me. It was a struggle, but I
And
did
that,
it.
And so I want people to hear that. So she would drive from Georgia to Gainesville, okay? And that's practically, to me, in my opinion, almost going to Florida, okay? Drive to Gainesville. Now, when they came to her house and they saw her son's challenges, again, he has cerebral palsy, he's wheelchair bound. So he has health challenges. It was okay at that time. So she did her sweat equity, because you have to put in your sweat equity. After you put in your sweat equity, then you have to give them a deposit. So she gave them like $1,200. So
Yes.
everything was good, but then her son health challenges started to deteriorate. Now let me give you a little backstory. Because he has health challenges, y'all, he cannot get the vaccine. He cannot get the vaccine because he has health challenges.
No,
So
because his age is 10. It's only
he's 10,
10.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's 10, he has cerebral palsy, wheelchair bound, he's 10. So he's not at the age to get the vaccine. So now he's at high risk because of his health challenges. So she can't just leave him with any and everybody.
No.
So, she's working. So if something happens, she has to come home. And they saw this. So what happened was Habitat for Humanity said, we're going to extend, since you can't do those, you have hours you need to do, but since you can't do it, we're going to give you some extended, we're going to give you an additional month to make this up. Again, they knew going in that her son had health challenges. So because her son got sick and his health challenges, she had to attend to her son. Well, lo and behold, Habitat for Humanity said, we're going to cancel our agreement with you. It's not working out. I'm not going to use the word that they don't care, because, allegedly, from what I'm hearing, is they canceled the contract, and now she's living in a smaller space with 2 children. She was hoping to get this house that would be accommodating to her child as well. So we want people to understand what's going on. I don't think this is right. I understand that they have requirements and things that they need to do. But there's something, folks, that's called extenuating circumstances. They knew going in what type of child she had. So we need to figure out, the community needs to come out, right, make phone calls, and at the very least, maybe if there's a builder out there, a Home Depot, a Lowe's, that's willing to come together with the supplies, and builders help her build a house that Habitat for Humanity was going to do. Because now she can't go to work. Her son is finally going back to school, and she has to be there until he's better. Because, I understand, if you're working and a new job or in a job and they keep calling you, you keep leaving the job, they're going to fire you. Let's be perfectly honest, they're going to fire you. So we want people to reach out to, do you have a GoFundMe account? What is it that you have that maybe people can pour into? What is it that you have that people can do?
I have a GoFundMe account. I do have a GoFundMe account.
Okay, so let me see, I'm going to type this in. What's your GoFundMe account? What is it?
It's under my name, Sakinata Kone.
Spell it.
Sakina, and last name is Kone. And it says Yusuf's.
Okay, so your GoFundMe account, I already have it in, is, and I'm telling you, this hurts, because this could be anyone, but what you're doing is you're trying to you're trying to help your family. That's why you went through everything, and just to see, and I understand there's rules, there's regulation, but my thing is, when that happened, I think they should have picked up the phone and tried calling other partners to see how they can do this, because you already went through the process, the vetting process.
Everything.
And you were the candidate. You were the right candidate. So we need to make sure.
Just because of Corona, because I couldn't walk during that time. That's it.
It's not because she's lazy. It's not because she doesn't want to work. Corona has happened, and because of the virus, COVID, because of the virus, her son is at high risk. He is at an age where he cannot get the vaccine. He's wheelchair bound. He has cerebral palsy, so he has health challenges. The health challenges, again, with his age, but because of his age, he cannot get the vaccine. So we have a mother out here who was selected to get a house. Now she's still in her tiny cramped apartment. Again, he's in a wheelchair, so we don't know how the maneuvering in the apartment has to create some challenges. So this is his first week at school, but like she said, at any given moment, what happened in the past when she was going to Gainesville, y'all, from Kennesaw to Gainesville, that's a drive.
Yes.
So what she has to do on her part, the sweat equity is helping people build other homes. That's how the sweat equity works. So
Right.
they will call you and say, hey, you got to go to Jonesboro. Hey, you got to go to Clayton County. Hey, you got to go to Cherokee, or you got to go to Rome. You have to go where they put you. You cannot select because I live in Kennesaw, Ackworth, I only want to go 15 miles. In order to get this house, you got to drive wherever you have to
Right.
drive.
Right.
And it's kind of complicated because she was on her way to work. And because she's like, I'm gonna still do it. She was on her way to work, on her way to a job site, and she got called from the school that her son had a seizure. So I just want people to put this in perspective. Again, her GoFundMe is Sakina Kone. Let me spell it. It's SAKINA KONE. It's in the chat, and we're going to keep pushing this out. So we know that you have things to do, but I just wanted to do a quick live on this, a quick interview conversation about this, because if this is happening to you, what else is happening to other people out there? People are pouring money into Habitat for Humanity. It's a nonprofit. People are supporting them. So we need
Yeah.
to get
Right.
this information out, because again, if they said no, and because of your circumstances, they still can't fit you in, they need to be reaching out to other partners to make this happen. That's how I feel about this. But again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Women Are Worthy Network. If you want to join our tribe, you must subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, it's the Women Are Worthy Network. Subscribe to our channel. Miss Sakina, we're going to get your information out there. We're going to make sure, we're going to see what we can do in assisting and getting this out there, that Habitat for Humanity can right this wrong, that they need to partner or send you to other partners to make this right. That's what we're looking to do. So thank you again for tuning in. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, turnaround Thursday, fabulous Friday. Take it down on a Saturday and chilling on a Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Welcome.